Good evening, Professor. This is my persuasive speech on why electric cars should be implemented to reduce emissions. There is nothing like watching the sunset while the clouds turn pink above your heads. Have you ever wondered what a majority of those clouds are? They're smog. I'm sure most people are aware of the environmental concerns regarding emissions. The introduction of electric vehicles is a great way to begin tackling our emission and pollution problems. Working in the automotive industry, I've been faced with many different types of noxious gases from exhaust. If I get lightheaded being locked in a garage with a single car, I can only imagine how our environment is affected. Our generation is quickly losing time to reverse the pollution from emissions, and implementing more electric vehicles will further help our goal of being emission-free. First, I will start by sharing the negative effects that gasoline-powered cars have on the environment. Secondly, I will explain what an electric vehicle is and the advantages that they have. Finally, I will conclude with why this revolutionary technology is important and how it can help prevent further emission and pollution that is damaging our Earth. Gasoline-powered cars have helped establish the auto industry early on, but they are constantly polluting our air with the exhaust gas caused by the internal combustion of their engines. It is easy to see the extent of air pollution in California when you look towards the horizon. For example, living in Southern California, it is easy to recognize the gray, gloomy haze that has become our sky instead of being greeted by a beautiful, distant view of the city of Los Angeles. This sad reality is because of the thousands of gasoline and diesel-powered vehicles that litter our highways and streets every day. Smog is not just unpleasant to look at, but it is extremely harmful to the people breathing it every day as well. In an article by David Reichmouth on inequitable exposure to air pollution from vehicles in California, Who Bears the Burden, published by the Union of Concerned Scientists on February 1st, 2019, he explains that based on the location of the particulate matter air pollution, the total population exposed, and the research estimates that 3,100 premature deaths per year in California occur due to cardiovascular disease, heart attacks, and other illnesses. If these harmful pollutants are enough to damage and kill people, we need to look at the bigger picture and really focus on the health of the world as well. Now that I've explained how internal combustion engines are dangerous for the environment, I will explain how the automotive industry has tried to solve these problems. One of our biggest concerns today in our world today is pollution, but more specifically how we can fight it. Electric vehicles have revolutionized the way that we power our travel, and we have made significant effort in lessening emissions. In the report, Electric Vehicles Powering the Future, written by Jeremy Morehouse and Katie Laufenberg, it states a battery electric vehicle runs entirely off of an electric motor powered by a battery. The battery is charged through an electrical outlet. The resources for this vehicle can be completely renewable, and the applications for this can be endless for the endless rechargeability of these cars. The efficiency is just groundbreaking for these vehicles. Transportation is a necessity in today's world, and electric vehicles achieve most of the same goals that gasoline-powered cars set out to achieve. This new technology has presented the opportunity for commuting to be the cleanest that it has been in history. The Union of Concerned Scientists published the importance of both battery electric and hydrogen electric fuel cell vehicles, complementary technologies for cutting oil use and carbon emissions, stated, in addition to its advantages of lower emissions, a plug-in vehicle is convenient. Many people today could simply recharge them at home. This shows how easy the maintenance of an electric vehicle is. You simply plug it in at your house, you wait for your battery to fill up, and it's just like having a full gas tank. Now you don't have to leave your home to get that full tank of gas, and trips to the gas station, they're going to become a thing of the past, reducing emissions put out by these gasoline vehicles. You no longer need to burn gas and harm the environment to make these small commutes for basic necessities. Not only are electric vehicles convenient, they are the solution to stopping damage that has already been done to the environment by our gasoline and diesel powered vehicles. Now that you know what an electric vehicle is, let me explain why this technology is important to actually saving our environment. Electric vehicle technology is one of the only ways the auto industry can positively affect the environment moving forward. Driving an electric vehicle will not only benefit the world, but it will benefit the driver as an individual as well. In their research paper, How Oregon Can Benefit from Electric Vehicles, the Union of Concerned Scientists explains how driving on electricity is cheaper than driving on gasoline. In 2014, driving the average new gasoline-powered car 100 miles cost $12.16 in Oregon. Driving that same vehicle costs only an average of $3.41 in the state. This shows how cost-effective an electric car can be for making small to medium commutes. All of the money that you would be spending on gas can be diverted to support other costs of living, alleviating the stress about worrying about filling your tank. In a research report written by Deborah Gordon, Daniel Sperling, and David Livingston, titled Policy Priorities for Advancing the U.S. Electrical Vehicle Market, it is emphasized that meeting the greenhouse gas reduction target for vehicles by 80% by 2050 depends on expediting the adoption of zero-emission vehicles. And that is across the board of all vehicles, small vehicles, utility vehicles, fleet vehicles. They can all be implemented and transitioned to this electric vehicle technology. The industry recognizes that cars will not be going anywhere anytime soon, so the focus has been shifted to cleaning up the emissions of the vehicles as much as possible. In order for the world to truly begin to fix its emission problems, we must adopt a widespread application of electric vehicles of different platforms. I have now shared the negative effects that everyday driving has on the environment and our population. I then presented the new technology of electric vehicles and how they can help in combating our degradation of our environment. In conclusion, we are running out of opportunities to fix the pollution caused by everyday driving, but the application and adoption of these electric vehicles is the answer, and it is the solution to our emission issues. First, I recognize the problem of pollution that is a result of gasoline engine exhaust and the negative effects that it has on the world around us. Secondly, I shared the groundbreaking technologies of electric vehicles. And finally, I explained why the adoption of these vehicles is a requirement for our world moving forward. When you look up at the sky and realize how much smog is still out there, think about what you can do to help the earth breathe a little better. Thank you.